We are live.
Love it. Okay, everyone out there, this is the Jack and Dave Show, episode numero 21. Today is kind of a weird day. It's not necessarily a happy day, not necessarily a sad day, but it is a special day. We're going to be talking about, obviously, September 11th today, and some memories that we have of that time period and what it means to us and some other stuff like that. But we're also going to talk about some more lighter subjects, right? So that something that's not
so dour,
not so down. Yeah. So let's get started. Some of the things that we're going to be doing today, obviously the 9/11 memorial. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the roundup that we had this past Sunday. It was a bunch of fun because we had Shannon from St. Christopher's Fund on, and we had a really great time. Hope was also there. And we talked about health and GATS and their auction there, and they raised a whole bunch of money. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But if you haven't, please go watch the Chrome and Steel Radio Roundup for September. That's going to fill you in. Do it.
Do it now.
Do it now.
How's that for marketing? Do it.
Do it
Nike
now.
does
I was going to say Nike's
right?
going to come in and copyright us, and
we're going to get in trouble.
Exactly. So
I didn't say just
do it. Yeah. You have to
no, you said it. Now we're screwed.
All right. Get the
Dang
lawyers
it.
out. Get the lawyers out. Okay. So Big Iron Classic, Mr. Jack decided that he would go to the Big Iron Classic up in Minnesota, and I heard it was huge.
It was huge.
Huge.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit
show.
about that, and that'll be fun. We're going to talk about a new partner that we have here in the industry that we're really excited about. It's in the health department, and you're going to see it live on the show. We're going to do some demos on the show that's going to help everybody's health, I think, right? So, and then also we confirmed a new show on Chrome and Steel Radio last night. I can't tell you all the details yet, but when we get some more details put together, we can definitely say that we have a new show. So we're just gonna say it's about food. How about that? We'll just say it's about food.
Let's just
Everybody
say
likes
you're going to
food.
like it.
Let's just say you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it.
Do it.
Just do it. Okay.
No, just.
Dang it,
Can't
I
say
did it again.
just.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. Good morning, Travis. Good morning. For all of those out there right now, if you would, please like and share the show. Let's get this out here. Of course, the Jack and Dave Show is live every Wednesday at noon. So let's like and share this show out. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. We'd love to reach more people and new people at the Jack and Dave Show, and our audience has been growing so well that we're very proud and very blessed here. So, all right. Share. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm taking a minute right here. Maddie, what else are we talking about today?
Well, we were going to go over a couple articles that we have.
right.
A couple they're actually kind of varied topics. The one I picked was about a truck that's pretty cool that kind of highlights remembering 9/11 today.
Correct.
And then, yeah,
Sorry,
got some
guys.
other
I am sharing
articles
this
as
out.
well.
We have one about what else? I have a couple that I didn't link to you, Maddie, but they're about people crashing into houses. So that's
Oh,
fun.
God.
I saw
Okay.
that, yeah.
That's fun,
That
and it was
happened
actually here in Indiana. Yeah.
What?
Some
Where
guy
at?
took out a house, like
Oh,
not took out, but like
no.
he just plowed through it.
He
The
was-
whole wall. I mean,
He was
my
in up
God.
to his trailer.
Yeah,
Like,
I have a picture of
Oh,
it
my God.
right there.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
my
Yeah,
God.
let me send you this link and we can
Yeah,
pull it up
can
later.
you please?
But yeah, we have
Yikes.
so much to talk about today, guys. I'm so sorry that we're getting a slow start here. We're just trying to this mood. It's a weird mood today. Because of the day. But let's just get into the meat and bones of the memorial stuff. The question of the day is going to be, because we don't have one from last week. Well, let's have a question of the day. And where were you guys on September 11th, 2001? Let us know in the comments. I'll go first since I'm asking the question. I was in second grade, and I think I was about 6 years old, and I was at Dayton Elementary School, and it was just a normal day at school, and the teacher, Mrs. Taylor, came in, and she said that there was something big had happened, and she turned on the TV, and I mean, when the TV turns on in a classroom, everybody pays attention, right? So, and we didn't know what was going on until we turned to the news, and I think we tuned in at just as the first plane had hit, and it was like smoke was billowing out, and I just remember thinking, it didn't fully sink in. I was like, wait, a plane hit a building? Like, that never happens, right? Like, when has that ever happened? And so, as it went on, the second plane hit, and I remember that, and just like the horror of I don't even know. It's just the carnage of seeing two planes, and then they were talking about the Pentagon and the White House and all this other stuff, and it developed over time. But it was my first probably really horrifying memory as a kid, being in that second grade class, just kind of watching, just people, just I don't know, they were helpless. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was my memory of 9/11. Who wants to share?
Well, Maddie doesn't really have much to share because she was 4 years old.
Yeah.
At 9/11, so which is kind of crazy to think about just by itself. Is
Yeah,
that,
18
know,
years.
Right?
18 years ago,
18
man.
years ago, people that were 4 are grown adults these days, and yet, even though it has been so long, there are things that happen in your life, like for many of you guys that listening out there is probably the Kennedy assassination.
Oh yeah.
The a lot of other events, the Oklahoma City bombing, OJ driving his Bronco.
Oh, the OJ chase, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that has happened throughout our lives that we'll always remember. And for 9/11, I was pretty young too, but I was in 8th grade, and I remember just being in class, and all of a sudden the school secretary comes into the room, and she says, "Hey, turn on the TV. We're going to war." Those were the words that she said.
Wow.
And as an 8th grader, we were like, "What?
What?
We're going to war? What?" And my dad had actually just retired from the army.
Right. Were you in Indiana by now?
I was in Indiana, and my dad had taken early retirement from the army. They were offering, because it was peace times, and it had been peace times for a long time, and so otherwise he probably would have been going to Afghanistan. But one of the things that sticks with me the most is as the second plane hit, you're starting to see all of the footage of the people jumping out of the building rather than be burned alive. And
That's a horrifying choice, isn't it?
yeah, and it's horrible to think about. But one good thing that did come out of it, I think that at least for a time, it really did draw us together as a country.
Oh yeah.
Toward a common goal.
Yeah.
And that is something that good that comes out of disaster, is that people naturally draw together. They when something like that happens.
It's just sad it had to happen that way,
Yeah.
Maddie, do you have any memories, or just you want to share anything?
Honestly, I was in kindergarten when it happened,
You were
but
young,
I was
yeah.
4, so, and my memory's already awful as it is, but like I do remember like just like a hustle bustle type thing, like, and I was just kind of like, oh, what is going on,
Yeah, what
like
is
just like a
going on?
little girl, like, and I couldn't really like put together what was happening. But one thing I do remember is I'm pretty sure they like released us like early from school that day. I'm pretty sure my mom came and like picked me up from school that day, like early.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I remember her coming to get me, and it like being kind of like a weird thing, because like the whole country was really impacted by that. Even though it was
Yeah.
in one specific part, it was like
Right.
like Jack said, it really kind of something like
everybody
that
together, yeah.
brings people together, which
Well, the really interesting thing is they grounded all the planes that day. Mm-hmm. There were no planes flying in the United States
Yep.
of America on that day because, there was that plane and then they hit the Pentagon, and then one went down in Pennsylvania, and they had no idea how many more there might
There
be.
was out there,
Right.
yeah. They thought there was. They didn't know was the problem. So it was like everyone has to be on the ground. If there's
Yeah.
if there's another one, there's a flying missile out there. So, oh man, it's just that's even 18 years later, it hurts, man. Like just thinking about it.
Well, I think that one thing too that's impacted me like throughout my life, even though I don't really remember the initial event as much, is just like the anniversary of it every year kind of like brings it up, and like
Rehashes it a little
yeah,
bit.
and like you kind of think about like it
Well,
brings
that's
it back
the
to your
point, yeah.
mind.
That's
like
the never forget. It's supposed to be like that. That's what we want. That's why we're doing the show right now, is because I don't want anyone to ever forget. I don't want anyone to ever forget that moment and that time, because that's a defining moment in our history, and we witnessed it firsthand. Not firsthand, but obviously we were in that time period. But our children and people that were born, even 18 years ago, have no idea. They don't understand how big this event was in our country's history.
Well, and that's why history is so important. And I think that, no offense to any teachers out there that might be listening, I do think that in a lot of cases, maybe not all, but a lot of cases, we're doing ourselves a disservice by not teaching history.
Yeah.
Like I was taught when I was in high school. American history. Learning about the shot heard around the world, Boston Tea Party, why we are the country we are today.
Yeah. It's important to know the story. It's important to know why we do the things we do, and it's also important to know why certain documents, specifically the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, those documents they're in context, and this event 9/11 is in context. We have to, there were events in the 90s that happened that led up to this, aggression in the Middle East on all sides, and a whole bunch of different events that happened to get up to this point, right? So this is in context, but that doesn't lessen the blow of 3,000 people dying in one day. There's no excuse for that, and we're not going to get political. Sorry, but it's just I guess the big thing for us is that that moment in my life changed my life specifically, and I think it changed everybody's life. I went to New York City this past October and November, and I think that the city of New York has done a fantastic job memorializing the people who passed that day, and the firefighters and the first responders and everyone in their memorial there in New York City. And it was really jaw-dropping to be there at the ground zero and just see all the names and see the water and see the new tower, and they did it right. So it's a really big testament to the American dream in this country, what we did. So yeah, I don't want to be too sad, but that's the nature of this day, right? Like we can never forget the 3,000 people that died, and that's thoughts and prayers to them today and every day. So
yeah, and just the I saw a Time magazine article a few years ago that was the main headline on the cover was "The Children of 9/11,"
yeah.
and it was pictures of all of the kids that were born to women who were pregnant, and the fathers were victims in the attack. And so you think about this and how it's affected you in your life, and hopefully we also don't forget, while we don't forget the attack and we don't forget what was done to our country. I hope that we don't forget the people that are still living with
The remnants, yeah.
Yeah, with the debris. Because, it may have been cleaned up in New York City, but you can't clean up the debris on the hearts and minds of the people that
Yeah.
lost loved ones.
Yeah. I mean, this really changed people's lives in New York City, and it left a scar on us. So, but I think we bounced back better, and yeah. So,
Anyway.
sad day, Memorial Day, in memorial of 9/11 and all the people who passed, and this tragic event that happened 18 years ago today. Rest in peace, and may we never forget. So
Absolutely.
let's move on. Let's do something happy. Let's do something exciting, and let's make it happy.
All right.
All right, no more sadness today. Sorry, guys. We just wanted to get that out of the way. I said get that out of the way. I mean, we wanted to make sure that had its due time, and we wanted to make sure that we did the people there justice. Let's get to the fun part of the show. All right, so today let's talk about. Mr. Jack decided that he would go up to Minnesota. The great. What's Minnesota? What's
Great Lakes?
Is it the Great Lakes state?
I know Minnesota nice. I actually don't know their tagline.
I was gonna say, because Indiana is the crossroads of America.
The land of 10,000 lakes, maybe.
You might
Something with lakes, I feel like, for sure.
Well, I know that they call themselves the land of 10,000 lakes, but anyway, yeah. The show was
Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. There you go.
The show was awesome.
Were you up in northern Minnesota, or like where were you?
No, it was pretty much I would say southeastern Minnesota.
Okay.
But pretty close to Minneapolis, right outside of Rochester. If you know where that is, it's where Mayo Clinic is. So probably about a 10-minute drive from Rochester.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a great show. I actually went up a little early, spent some time with some family I have up there, and the great thing about this show is that there aren't awards.
Oh, so it's just a wash and park basically.
Yeah, or don't even wash.
Or don't
just
even
park.
Or just
I mean,
park.
there were a lot of those there too. But
That's fine.
the great thing is that it brings people together, and the trucking community gives people a chance to see each other that you haven't seen for a long time. That sort of thing. So I think for a lot of guys, this show is simply a chance to be around it all. And
Yeah.
they have the truck pull
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
The light show, various things that draw the crowd there. But yeah, definitely over 500 trucks.
Nice.
Possibly
Wow.
close
That's
to
a lot. That's a lot for a show like that. I mean, being that far extreme up north in the U.S. and also getting 500 plus trucks, that's huge. That's the biggest show probably. Well, maybe not that we've been at this year, but it's got to be up there.
It's I think Reno still holds that title.
That's probably
but,
number one. Yeah.
Where was it located in Minnesota? Or like, where was it held?
it was at the Dodge County Fairgrounds.
Oh,
Okay, so I was gonna say, where was it held that they could get that many
was gonna say,
trucks?
that's a
That's a ton,
lot of
yeah.
trucks.
That's a lot, yeah.
There were definitely a lot of trucks, a lot of great looking trucks. Definitely got to meet a lot of good people, and yeah, that's pretty much the show.
Yeah.
It was pretty laid back the whole time. There weren't a lot of scheduled events other than, just get here and
Just hang out. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and trucks were coming in,
Yeah.
all the way to the end of the show.
It's one of the last big truck shows of the year, though, right? Like, what else do we
Yeah.
have this year? We have
There's the Large Car Magazine show. There's Trucking for Kids.
right. Yep.
There's Busted Knuckle
Yeah.
in Tonkawa, Oklahoma.
That's next weekend, right?
There's a show in St. Ignace, Michigan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Richard Crane Memorial.
Yeah.
So I mean, there, and then there's still quite a few, but yeah, they're probably one of the last bigger shows.
Cool. So that's the Big Iron Classic, and I haven't been. So have you been before? Is that your first time there?
That's my first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing today is also important is you have a birthday in your family, don't you?
Yeah. Today is my youngest daughter's birthday. She just turned 1.
Nice. Congratulations. So
Another reason to never forget.
never forget 9/11. Never forget. So
Happy birthday.
happy birthday. And yeah, that's all big. And you got to spend some time with her. You brought everybody up there, didn't you?
Yeah. We went up. We bought a pop-up camper to save on hotels and.
Smart idea.
And yeah, so it ended up being a really good time.
Cool. So that's a Big Iron Classic. Let's do a quick sponsor, and that is going to be Davy CROCKETT TA. Davy CROCKETT TA. Actually, I just saw a post from them, so I'm going to pull it up here. They have a Blue Plate Diner there, where they have food specials every single day, and I'm going to make sure I get this right. Today at exit 36 on I-81, you will find this exact meal. It is. Where you at? All right. It is Italian sausage. So if you like Italian sausage, they are cooking the good stuff today. They're cooking Italian sausage, and they're putting it with 3 different vegetables and a roll. So that's a lot of food. Oh my gosh. But Davy CROCKETT Travel TA is down there in Greenville, Tennessee at I-81 on exit 36. They have an IHOP, a Papa John's, and a Dunkin' there. And of course, they have their Blue Plate Diner. So if you need food and you're on I-81, Davy CROCKETT TA Travel Center is the spot for you. They are big supporters of Chrome and Steer Radio and Trucker Nation, so thank you to them very, very much. And they are huge advocates of truckers and drivers in general, so we really, really love them over there at Davy CROCKETT. Make sure you stop by if you're on ID1 at exit 36 in Greenville.
Do it.
Do it. What's the tagline? Fuel for
you. Fuel for your truck.
Boom.
Also, why go hunting for your fuel and food when you can find a sure catch at Davy CROCKETT TA Travel Center?
There you go. Maddie's got it down.
Boom.
If you need anything else, they have a whole bunch of parking spaces there. $125 in fuel gets you 1 free large 1-topping pizza from Papa John's, and they have a 6-bay truck service center. They got the works, y'all. Visit Davy CROCKETT CROCKETTravelcenter.com to get some more details on the Davy Crockett TA, or just visit them at exit 36 on I-81. So thank you to them. And let's talk about this is going to be kind of a catch-all section right here. We're just going to talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. So the Chrome Steel Radio Roundup on Sunday, you guys need to watch, and we've talked about this before. Do it. Go to our Facebook page, Chrome Steel Radio, and go to the video section.
Do it.
Go to the Chrome Steel Radio September Roundup. We have almost an hour and a half long show with Shannon from St. Christopher's Relief Fund, Truckers Relief Fund, and Hope Zavara. We talked all about GATS and how much money did they raise, Madison? It was $17,832. Is that the right number?
42.
42. Okay.
Yep.
So
Close, though.
We talked all
That's
about.
a lot.
That's a lot of money in one night.
And
for
they
an auction.
they beat their record from
previous
last
record,
year,
yeah.
which is awesome.
That's amazing. So next year, and if you watch the show, you'll know this. We talked all about next year's plans for the 2020 auction and all that kind of stuff. And their goal next year, I don't know if we got that officially, but we're going to try to hit 20K next year. And Chrome and Steel actually donated a Roadworks diecast to Truckers Fund for their auction next year. So, yeah, so, I mean, we were really excited about that show. It was awesome, and we talked about future plans. I think they're going to have the dunk tank back next year, and what else did they say that was going to happen? Oh, dance floor, possibly a dance floor.
Yes, because Shannon and her husband are really into dancing.
That's right.
And there's always super good music, so yeah.
But if you guys were
fun.
at GATS, or you would like to know more about GATS and would like to figure out what's going on there, you definitely need to watch our September Chrome and Steel Radio Roundup, and it was a good time. One thing we also need to announce right now is that Backshield, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, they are coming, they're bringing us a couple samples of their Backshield stuff, so you'll see them on the show. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with a Backshield, but they go on your chair here, and they're supposed to correct your posture and make you feel better and give you better blood flow, less pain, really help sciatic nerve issues, and the device is supposed to help. I have terrible posture, so I'm going to try to sit up here. But it's supposed to help correct bad posture. And so everyone here at the show is going to be using one here. I think they're coming tomorrow, but we're going to be using them here for a while. And so you guys will see us and our posture hopefully get better. And so that's what's going on. Backshield is awesome, and we're very excited to work with them. And their product, from what I've heard, Madison's mom actually got one. And
she's
can
the
you
plug.
Can you tell them what's going on?
So my mom and I at GATS, Hope obviously already does a lot of work with Backshield and stuff like that, and she was really talking about them at GATS and how great they are, and Mom and I were both like, oh my god, like our posture's so bad. And my mom actually sent them a message, and they sent her a free one, like just for mentioning Hope's name. Like I was like, that is the nicest thing ever. Like my mom was totally just like shocked by that, and she was so excited. So she got hers earlier this week, and she already said that it's been amazing. Like that it's not, I know that they say like give it a little bit to adjust. Sometimes it's hard because you're so used to having awful posture that it's hard to have good posture.
Right.
But that this isn't actually that hard to adjust to, and that it already has like made her back feel a lot better.
That's awesome.
So I'm super excited to get ours because I need it.
That's
bad.
awesome, man. But another thing is I'm almost positive that there are back shields in Davy Crockett Travel TA. So if you need a back shield,
nice,
go pick up one at Davy Crockett TA, or go to backshield.com and check out their stuff. If you don't know anything about Backshield, go to backshield.com, and it kind of explains everything for you. But thank you, Backshield. You're awesome, and you guys will see them on the show, and you'll see what the hype's all about. I'm excited because I have the worst posture of anyone I know, and I'm just a hunchback. So
you are a Neanderthal.
I am a Neanderthal. I just need really fuzzy eyebrows, and I'm there. So that's what's going on with Chrome and Steel there. Well, let's do some news articles and talk about some stuff in the news, and then we'll do some plugs, and we'll get out of here. So. News articles. Maddie, what are we talking about today?
Well, real quick, I know we said we weren't going to talk about 9/11 at all anymore, and this isn't really sad. This is actually really cool. But there's this truck. It's a Peterbilt 388, and it honors all of the 9/11 first responders, which I think is really cool. There's like a little video of it here.
Yeah, the title of the article is "Video Patriotic Pete 388 Honors 9/11 Responders." And that's a great way to memorialize. There are multiple trucks that are themed similarly, and I think that's a very honorable thing to do to really memorialize the first responders. So it's a 388, and if you guys want to check out the full video, it's actually on overdriveonline.com. And once again, the article is called "Video Patriotic Pete 388 Honors 9/11 Responders." So it's really cool. Look at the hood there, Maddie.
This is the back part, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is the back one, but it has some really cool, like super
so
clear
cool.
graphics.
Yeah,
like
that is
I don't
so
know
cool.
how they got that to look like that.
Look at that. It's like life. It's like a serious photo just imprinted
it's
on
literally
the truck itself.
it's lifelike.
Yeah,
it's
so
really pretty though, and they did a really good job. I like to see those that honor stuff, you know.
Yeah, this is awesome. And there's that one truck that we posted on the shop that's the same thing. It's I think that's a general memorial truck, but this is the hood on this truck is just it's a picture of the Freedom Tower.
You're looking at it right now, Maddie. That hood is amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, and
really nice memorial.
That's a crazy paint job.
Well done.
Well done to them. Yeah, absolutely.
Well done, driver. All right, what's next, Maddie?
Awesome, love it.
Well, looks like we have a couple other articles. This one here is about 4 members graduate from the same CDL program and all learn to drive in a Kenworth T680. Jack, was this your article?
That was my article. Yeah, I'd just like to see the family side of trucking, and most truckers are very family oriented, and so this is kind of a neat story where they're all joining together to support themselves, and trucking is a great way to do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, and they've been around the industry for a long time because their father was driving for a long time, and so now their 4 siblings all at the same time are getting their.
That's really awesome.
There they
getting
are.
their
Here's a
CDL.
picture of them.
Keep it in the family, y'all.
3
Keep it in the
girls and
family.
1 boy. That's so awesome, though.
That's awesome, guys.
Like, I want to do that with my family. I'm just gonna convince them all. Let's get our CDLs and let's just become
We're just
truckers.
gonna we're just gonna
Road
go out on the
life.
road. Yeah,
Next thing they got to do is just start a band.
Yeah,
Exactly.
On the
Family
road
band.
band.
Exactly.
On the road band. There you go.
Exactly. Love to see it though.
That's awesome. That's
For
awesome.
sure.
Love to hear it. Love to see it. Family needs to be staying in trucking. We need to be keeping that family strong. So love it. Love it.
And then David, you had one about driver appreciation.
That's right. So
I've got
we haven't
that
even
one pulled up
the fact
here
that we
as
haven't
well.
even talked about this yet is
It's
kind
such
of
a busy
ridiculous. I was
week.
going to say this has been so busy,
There's a lot
guys. I'm
going
so sorry.
on.
But this should probably have been our first thing that we talked about. Sorry, guys. National Truck Driver Appreciation Week is this week. It is September 8th through I don't want to get this date wrong. September
14th.
14th. Okay. September 8th through the 14th is National Truck Driver Appreciation Week. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's a whole bunch of different, I don't want to call them events, things going on to kind of give back to you guys. I know that Pilot Flying J and Love's Travel Stops, they already announced that their promotions will be going through the entire month of September. I know that Hope is over, where is she today? She was in Gary.
Effingham?
Maybe Effingham.
Or is that Thursday? I know, yeah, she was in Gary on Tuesday, so yesterday.
yeah.
And then she was going to Effingham for sure, but I don't know if that was
think it was
today or
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Anyway, I think it was
She's
maybe,
all around the Midwest,
maybe
though.
Peoria or something like that. I don't know.
Something.
But so
she has it all over her socials
Yeah.
if you
She's
look
traveling.
at it.
She's traveling.
She is traveling.
So Hope is going around to different TA travel centers, and she's
And quick trips.
and quick trips. Okay, and she's doing health and fitness stuff for drivers that are there. A lot of the TA travel centers actually have fitness centers inside of them, and so she's there helping all the drivers that are at the facility learn their stuff. And she's also, I think she's doing a whole bunch of other like giveaways and stuff with Mother Trucker Yoga stuff.
Well, yeah,
and
and she
also
was-
Shannon Courier's there from.
She was going
Yep.
through with drivers like at a truck stop. Like a lot of people are like, well, what can I buy that's healthy? Like where can I get the most bang for my buck for snacks and healthy stuff like that? And I think that she was going to go through and like shop with drivers and actually show them like,
what they
hey,
need to
you
eat.
could grab this and this is a good combo, like a healthy snack and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So I think that's really cool, and also seems to be
so
pretty
nice.
highly requested by drivers. So
Awesome. So yeah, but there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Once again, go to overdriveonline.com and they have a whole article called Truck Stops Fleets More Show Appreciation for Truckers. And there's a whole list here of all these different promos and different driver appreciation events that are going on around the country for you guys. This is a week about you. You guys sacrifice a lot, and you've gotten a lot of flack and a lot of difficult time situations and I don't know how to put it lightly, like things that are not in your favor recently, especially with all the legislation and the ELD, and regardless of how you feel about that, things have been tough recently for the trucking industry. And so this is a week to give back to you guys and take advantage of it. You guys worked hard, and you guys are the backbone of this country, so go out there, get your stuff, make sure you take advantage of it. Cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So that's Truck Driver Appreciation Week. And besides that, let's talk about some other stuff. I don't have a Chrome and Steel Radio shirt on, but we do have apparel now. If you guys like Chrome and Steel Radio and you would like to help support us, we have a shop. It's a merch store with a whole bunch of interesting items for men and women. And it is, I'm going to link it right here in the chat. If you guys would like to get some Chrome and Steel Radio stuff, just go ahead and go to... I messed it up already. How am I doing
Got
this?
some of these pulled up over here as well.
Did you get it?
There's literally so many different like items to pick from.
My bad. I didn't even mean to send that twice. Anyway, so the stuff that we have on there, we have shirts, we have hoodies, we have baseball tees, we have snapbacks, we have totes, we have just about everything. We have tank tops for women and men.
We totes have totes.
The totes have totes. But yeah, so if you guys
Jack
would
joke.
like... There's the Jack joke for the day. If you guys would like to get some Chrome and Steel Radio merch that helps support us here, so go and grab your Chrome and Steel Radio merch at the link that I just put in the chat in there. And that's it. ChromeandSteelRadio.com is getting a refresh right now, so if you guys want to check that out, we're going to have all of our past episodes on there. This is episode number 21, so we have 20 past episodes.
Woot!
20 past episodes. How did that happen? I think Hope is on 23 this week. Jerry's on 23 this week. So at least 60 episodes of Chrome and Steel Radio shows up there. So
That's awesome.
Awesome. And plugs and links. Our Chrome and Steel Radio roundup for October. I know we're just getting into September, but our October Chrome and Steel Radio roundup will probably be around Halloween, and we'll do a Halloween-themed Chrome and Steel Radio roundup. So ChromeandSteelRadio.com, remember to go there, and our YouTube, which is Chrome and Steel Radio. And especially go to the YouTube because we're going to be releasing a new show on YouTube that's YouTube exclusive that you cannot get on Facebook. So go to the YouTube. It's going to be linked below and subscribe to us. Thank you so much. Chrome and Steel Radio social media is at Chrome and Steel Radio on Facebook and Instagram, and at Chrome and Steel R, because they don't let you put the full radio thing in there. Apparently it's too many letters. Chrome and Steel R on Twitter. So if you'd like to follow our show, specifically the Jack and Dave Show, it's at Jack and Dave Show on everything. And Maddie, would you please talk to us about the Chrome Show, which I'd like to involve that a little. We're going to involve that a little bit more on the show here, but some of you guys probably know we have a YouTube channel called Jack's Chrome Shop, and we do a show called Jack's Chrome Show that features truck history videos and some other informational content. So we're going to be featuring that a little bit more on the show here. But if you would like to check that out, our next episode is a truck history episode on the Kenworth K100.
Yes.
And that'll be coming out next. And so definitely subscribe to Jack's Chrome Shop on YouTube.
Yes.
Cool. That's basically it. Sponsors, of course, are Davy Crockett TA Travel Center in Greenville, Tennessee. Jack's Chrome Shop. We didn't get to do a plug for Jack's Chrome Shop today, but we are running 15% off detail products, Roadworks detail products this month. So go on jackschromeshop.com and also check out backshield.com. Jack, do you have a joke for us?
I already did it.
Oh, that was the Jack joke.
Duh.
I thought we were okay. Well,
He's just funny all the time.
Sorry.
He doesn't have to have a single joke.
As
He's
soon as he
just
talks,
always
he's done.
joking.
That's how I roll.
okay, all right, that's fair. Okay, so that's the show right there, guys. That's episode number 21 of the Jack and Dave Show, and we will see you next Wednesday at noon. Thank you so much for watching, and Jack, take us away.
If your rig don't shine, you don't know Jack.
Ba-doom.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.